Hello.
We don't go the same places that we used to go.
How are you? Hope you're good. Welcome to a festive week. Have a little bit of catching up to do with you. This is my festive attire. This is as festive as I go, probably. I mean, it's not even false advertising. This is not advertising, by the way. It is not sponsored, but Coke, if you ever want to. No, but last vlog was a Patreon exclusive, so you have not seen me in like a little bit. And you didn't miss much. Every week I'm like, we're gonna read a lot, but then things happen. But I think it's actually also partially because of the book that I'm not quite enjoying, which is The Bear and the Nightingale. I still need to push through to the part where people said that it gets really good. I'm reading Neverwhere, which was not in my TBR, if you remember correctly, so that's great. I have all of these things to read, yet I'm reading this. I'm on like 120 page. I'm listening and kind of like reading it physically. I'm doing a mix because the audiobook is so good, but sometimes I kind of get a little bit lost because it does swap a lot from kind of plot to plot thing. I'm really loving this so far. It seems to be following Richard, whose life is pretty mundane. He has a relationship that's not the best, but he is enjoying it, and you know, everything's kind of nice and average. It's a very British humor-filled book, which I really love, but things go really unexpectedly when he decides to help this wounded girl, and his world is changed forever, and basically he goes into the cracks, where is a whole different world of underneath London. So that's kind of like the very short premise, and this one's an illustrated edition, which is pretty cool. So also make sure to check those whenever I'm reading it. And technically I'm still reading this, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, but I don't know. And this, which again I need to get. Basically, there's a lot of work to do with the reading, and I'm currently cooking lunch. It's been a really, really busy day, and it's gonna continue to be a very, very busy day, and I'm starting to get a headache, so I'm gonna take some painkillers. And I just wanted to say hi, I'll welcome you to the new vlog.
We don't go the same places that we used to go. We don't ride.
It's Christmas Eve, and we have a very important conversation with Logan. We got this chocolate thing, which we definitely did not open before Christmas. And they have the kinds on the back. So Logan, to basically rank his top ones. So I was asking you which one is S tier. So what were you saying?
Oh, S tier, you've got your fudge. And
Fudge
then,
is S tier.
And then either if you
So
like,
this
if
one,
you
you
like
wanna point?
classics, so
Second
fudge
one.
S tier, definitely S tier. Possibly also your dairy milk or your twirl if you're into plain chocolate.
I am into plain chocolate.
And then A tier, you're talking either dairy milk, twirl, cream egg. Again, cream egg's a bit of a hit or miss. It is very, very sweet. And then you have your niche chocolates, your eclair, your double decker. They're kind of just put in there for a bit of variety. Like, I don't know anybody who goes, oh, yeah, an eclair, oh, double decker. No one likes those. They're there, they're okay.
We're actually watching Klaus. We've not seen it. This is something that came out last year. We wanted something Christmassy, but I didn't actually want to see something we've already seen. So that ended up quite nicely. I know for a fact, only one thing is that the twirl one I would not like because I really don't like flakes.
But it's a flake without the mess.
Yeah, but still, like, it's just unnecessary.
It's tidy, self-contained.
Flakes are just like dry chocolate. It's
so is dairy milk.
Huh? No,
So
it's
is
like
dairy milk.
dehydrated. It's like drier than just like solid.
And then you have cream egg, where it is literally a sugar fondant filling that
Yeah, I'm not actually the
desiccates
biggest.
your mouth.
I'm not the biggest fan of the.
Same with
cream
caramel.
egg. Caramel's alright.
Same with dry chocolate.
I don't know what the double decker thing is.
You should take all of those and give me everything else.
Admittedly, I'm not as familiar with these as Logan is. I know that the red box is better. You know, the ones that have like Snickers and...
You know the red box is better, definitely.
You know that the red... What are they
You
called?
know that better.
I mean, like
know
the
it so well.
contents. I know the contents better. What are they called?
Celebrations.
That one. Almost wish we had it so we could do that thing. One of each candy and then line it up and tier rank it, and then we could compare. Contrast and compare. This is how we're spending our Christmas. Are you happy?
That would be so much fun.
I genuinely do think that though.
We can
No
get a
one
bunch of
likes
Skittles,
what I
and
like.
afterwards we can get a bunch of Skittles and we can lay them out in colour order. There's some potatoes in the cupboard. We can sort them according to size or feel.
So Logan has been doing a lot of reading throughout the day, whilst I have done none. In my defense, I did have a very bad migraine throughout the whole day, and I was feeling a little bit under the weather as well, which might just be because I've done way more talking yesterday than I had in months now, so I think it's just literally being super exhausted and throat being weird. So you want to tell people your thoughts on this? Actually, this vlog have not seen that you started reading it, so Logan started reading The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chamber, which is like a 4th book in the Wayfarer Children. No, that's a different series. And he is on... Why are you using a pin as a bookmark? I have so many bookmarks.
I lost the Christmas cards.
It's like... Do you hear yourself? It's like the pins as well, so it'll dent.
If only we knew someone who made bookmarks.
I know. And I make them nice ones with tassels too, and they're foiled. I'll give you one. You're on page 264. You don't have much left actually, at all. Could you tell us what this is mostly about and also your thoughts so far?
It's about aliens.
Aliens. Insert meme.
A bunch of aliens at a stopover point. And it's just like the different cultures, personalities. It's good. It's enjoyable.
So what's like the...
There's not really a plot. They're just... It's just
That's
like
very
slice
Becky
of life.
Chamber.
It's just... Yeah.
That's very Becky Chamber.
There's not an overarching story. It's just characters being characters. And it's good.
Did they
It's enjoyable.
intertwine at
Yeah.
all?
It's like how they perceive each other and like different cultures, different viewpoints.
Good?
Yeah, it's good. Like, a lot of world building. Again, it's Becky Chambers. That's her shtick.
Did you get any
Characters and world
inspiration?
building.
Did you get any inspiration for your D&D stuff?
No, but I kind of want to draw them because I googled it and there's not like any
Oh.
fan art.
You should, that would be pretty cool. Hello?
Buddy.
I, on the other hand, as I said, I have not read anything, so that's not going great, but I was kind of thinking of starting reading, but we decided to watch Klaus, so here we are. But I thought I'll update you on the ratings of the candy, and so I've decided to go with fudge. This is my choice.
It's
wanna-
my choice.
Zeus. Sad times.
We don't go the same places that we used to go.
Hello and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Larry Chrysler.
We opened some family gifts in like a private morning moment. But I do have a couple of things that are sent from you guys, and I got them a little bit earlier, but I wanted to open them on Christmas. So prettily wrapped this is from Melissa. So thank you so much, Melissa. There's 2 notes here. One of them is a really sweet one, so thank you so much. And then the other one says, I thought this would be a fun way to store your TB avatar cards if you don't want to build it. Hopefully Logan will be persuaded to have a go. And I don't really know... but one is definitely, I think, a book, so let's look at that. Oh, this is The Architects of Memory, another sci-fi, again, a genre that I continuously want to read more of. If you want to read the synopsis, I'm actually gonna just hold this here so you can pause it, but this looks extremely cool, and also it's floppy, so it's double points. And then the other thing, that's the one with the build and store your TBR cards, which is really interesting. Okay. Oh, interesting. It's something called a deck box. And
Deck in a box.
And it looks like this on the other side. We'll definitely give it a go. It looks very D&D-ish as well. And thank you so much. This is so kind of you. Thank you so much. That is so incredibly kind of you. It's a very warm Christmas. I'm actually really starving. Thankfully, Logan is putting some food on. I had a little chat up with my childhood best friend who was pregnant. So it was like an interesting and also a weird call because like, oh my god, we're becoming adults and it's scary. This big paper tunnel thing here is actually from AJ. This is he does a sweet thing where he sends gifts to us, and then he always includes something for Sis and Momo, which I think is so lovely. And they obviously like boxes, and they obviously like paper bags. And this is like so cool because it also, you can put it back together and then you can just store it as like a sheet, which is just excellent. And the cat's been loving that. We actually really enjoyed that movie we watched yesterday. What was it called? Klaus. It was really funny, I think, and there are some like dark humor moments which I really liked. Did you enjoy it, Logan?
I enjoyed it.
I think we have some like family calls to make and food to eat, and probably gonna try and play a little bit today. I'm feeling much better than yesterday, which is great because I was a little bit worried that I won't. But so far so good, so fingers crossed that it stays that way so I can actually enjoy myself. And oh my god, I don't know, maybe I'll do some reading, but like no promises. But we do still have some days off after today, so there's still hope for me. Not a lot, but there's still some hope for me. Yeah. I also forgot to say that one of my gifts was a TBR tray. So we have multiple things to try and make today or at some point this week, which I'm very excited about, especially to have like a proper space for like a TBR. Well, no, I actually have a proper space for TBRs right there. But for things to wrap up, for things to put away and put on Goodreads and stuff like that. Really excited about the tray. I did know I'm gonna get it because we did the Secret Santa thing with Logan's family, but we actually made our own list of what we want. So I already knew that I'm gonna get it, but I'm still very excited about it. Maybe it's attached by the shoulders.
Actually,
we've decided to watch Howl's Moving Castle. We haven't actually seen it in a while.
We don't go the same places that we used to.
Hello! So it is Sunday. It's actually Monday because it's 5 minutes past midnight. For the last couple of days, all we've done was play World of Warcraft. I've unfortunately gotten back into it with the Shadowlands expansion. I am loving it so much. So much so that even though we have set alarms as to when we have to stop and then go and take a break, and you know, I would go reading, Logan would go making D&D maps. This was a very much of a snooze button situation. We just kept saying, oh, a couple more hours. So this has not been a great decision for me on the month that I'm already so behind reading. Here I am. If you're interested. At first, I used my boost on a Discipline Priest. Then after a little bit, I decided that I want to go and level up the character that I had that was then nerfed to level 40. For one of the OG, not the OG, but one of the OG characters that I had, which is a hunter. Very stereotypical, I know, but I just had so much fun with it. And I missed it, and so we leveled that to 50, and now I think we're 54-ish. So we're going through the Shadowlands. We just gone to the second zone. Very exciting. I would play until I drop, to be honest. So the fact that we actually switched off and we're going to bed is an achievement in my mind. That is actually sad. It's an issue, but I know that it will simmer down. It will simmer down. It always does. I know that the biggest like influx will simmer down in a couple of days, and this really lined up with our time off work perfectly. I will say that though I hope that this time off will be spent on reading books, but I have zero wish to do so because all I want to do is play. So remember when I tapped these and I was like, this is how much I need to read in the day. So the whole December went by, and this is how much I got into this particular book. I did read some irrelevant ones, so that's good on me. But I might read a little bit of that, and if I do, I will update you in the morning. But that's the update on the life, I guess. It is actually snowing, probably first and last time. Zeus and Momo are interested. Well, I think it's official. I am in a reading slump. Dum, dum, dum. And I'm pretty certain, obviously there's a lot of things that could have contributed to this, but I'm fairly certain this is definitely encouraged by The Bear and the Nightingale and me not being too into it, and something about it, I don't know. I'm going to try and read for an hour or so now, and see if I can weasel my way back into reading and back into this book. And I think if I don't really feel like it at all still, and it's not like I wasn't enjoying it while reading it, I just don't know. I did not want to pick it up so much that I found all of these other things to do, and I also other books to pick up. But I'm going to give it another go, and if I'm still meh about it, I think I'm gonna have to just DNF it. But we're not there yet, so let's give this another whim and see how we are.
Inside this cage that can't fit too. Cityscapes askew, stuck inside at noon, out where the stars forget to shine. How far you'd fall, were you to call? Hold your breath, it'll all be over soon.
Hello, welcome to my bedroom. I don't normally take you here, but hey, I thought let's cozy up and chat a little and give reading another go. And I don't know, if I fail, maybe I'll just quit everything. Never read again. So I don't think that I've read for the whole hour when I said that I would, so I'm not counting this against the book yet. I've only gone like 20 pages further from where I started today. Then I was distracted by breakfast. Then I played a little World of Warcraft, as you saw. But now I have some time to set aside to do a little bit of reading. But I thought I'm gonna try and achieve maximum cozy, maximum chill, because clearly something's just not adding up. I got myself some night tea. I have a candle burning, so we're gonna attempt it that way. Sometimes when the mood doesn't strike, you have to try and set it a little bit. Reading brings me so much joy, but I feel like I've let it slip and even, especially after the summer and all of the changes with the channel and everything, I've been feeling pretty low about it. So I have some moments that are great, great as always. I have some other moments that are not as much. I feel very, very disconnected from a lot of everything. Recently, I feel like it's just been a bit more so than normal. No one's to blame about me feeling disconnected at all. But I don't really know where I fit in anymore. Anyway, I don't have to fit in anywhere. Obviously, I can be my own thing, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But apparently something's happening in me that makes me really disheartened at a lot of things. I'm so grateful for everyone who watches me and for everyone who interacts with me, and I'm still so lucky. Hey, no, that's a candle. I think it's just been like a couple of months of YouTube YouTube telling me people are not as interesting in this video. Your subscribers don't really show. Did you change something? Your subscribers don't seem to want to click on this. And I'm like, there's so many times that you can tell to yourself that, oh, it's not you, until like, maybe it is me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just not that interesting to watch. Maybe that's just it. To which, of course, I'm like, as long as I enjoy making videos, that's totally fine. I love creating online spaces where I feel like people can feel welcomed, or that's my intention. But I obviously have to also be realistic, and if it's something, hey, the door is not locked, buddy. You just need to know how to work it. You're not very bright. Because it's taking so much time, there are loads of things that I actually cannot do because of that. For example, I've now just started playing World of Warcraft again, which I haven't done for years because of YouTube, because like you kind of have to pick and choose when you also have a full-time job of how many things on the side you can do. And I'm finding so much relaxation in that, and I'm just starting to wonder if I am spending my time wisely. Just thought I'll share. I might not even leave this in. But as well as this, I also wanted to open the November boxes, the Bookish ones. I have the Book Box Love, FairyLoot, and the Owlcrate here. As always, I chapter my videos, but I also leave timestamps in the description. If you are not interested in the boxes, that's totally fine. It's very easy to skip ahead. I'm still waiting for Owlcrate's December one, and I probably will just make a separate video when that arrives for all of these. Hello. But November kind of has come and passed, and I don't know. Basically, I'm here. I'm gonna include that here. Sorry for being late. But I think I'm gonna go grab an extra battery and let Momo out because he's panicking, and I'll be back with this. I realized I've not been filming and I don't know for how long, so I'll just restart. I've gotten to a couple of items, but the theme was secret societies. You get a cute little letter addressed to you where it tells you about a book club meeting where you can actually chat with the author, which is really cute. Oh my god, I think I've missed a very cute cat moment. They were both like sniffing this chocolate tea because I think they thought it was a cat treat. It's a chocolate key, which is really, really cute. Oh man, it was so cute. The cats both were sniffing it in the shot. Damn it. And then there's really cool coaster, which I actually really love. It is a Starless Sea base for sure. And you have some like books and bees, and it's actually acrylic, and I think it's really cool, and I'm gonna use it immediately on my... I like that a lot. And then the next item is Hampton College Classics Department, which I actually don't know where it's from, but that's the item. Oh, we got one cat sniffing. Artwork is from the Goddess Revolution. I think this is from the Secret History. And then also this little pocket notebook, which has this like really cool feel of like basically what moleskin ones I think are. It's like really soft touch surface, which is really cool. And it's a pretty chunky one, and it's a really, really nice quality. And it's like a notepad for all of your secret society passwords. I wonder if there's a lot of secret societies in real life. Then we have this, which I think is like a kind of like a simple book sleeve situation. It's like a very, very simple, super thin sleeve for your book with a really beautiful print. It just depends on how protective you like your book sleeves to be. This one has a really beautiful artwork. I actually really like it. It's super simple. It has this kind of like a canvas feel. If you like this kind of more natural look, or if you really have very little space but still would like to provide a little bit of security to your books, this could be really cool. The Magpie Society book pouch with artwork by OS Illustration. And then we have our book, which is always wrapped... It's trying to kill me. Oh. So the Magpie Society is actually the book. I'm silly, I should have known. Jade, if you're watching, bird on the cover. This is co-written by Zoe Suck. That's interesting. That's Zoella. It's like a really cool feather here though. I don't know, I've never read anything of Zoe's. Obviously this is co-written. I don't know what Amy McCulloch wrote. I feel like I've heard that name before, but that's interesting. I have no idea. I have not actually seen people talk about it. But let me read the synopsis just in case. A student found dead on the beach, a web of unanswered questions, someone poised to strike again. The new student, Audrey Wagner, Illumin Hall is a mystery. To new students, sorry. The students scuttle around the echoing halls like they're afraid of something. Her new roommate, Ivy, is acting strangely, and what's with this school's weird obsession with magpies? The straight A star Ivy Moorjang, Illumin Hall is home. In fact, Ivy has big plans for this year, and she has a need a new roommate cluttering up her space, especially one who starts poking her nose in other people's business. But then the summer's tragic incident is wrenched to the fore when a mysterious podcast airs with one sinister headline: I know who killed Lola, and one of you is next. Interesting. I'm not sure if I want to read it or if I don't want to read it. I think I want to know what you guys think. I wonder if this is too YA ish. I feel like I would like it a bit more sinister with secret societies. However, maybe I'm entirely wrong and I'm prejudging, and that's entirely possible. I have nothing against Zoe. I just always feel like her audience is probably younger. Maybe that's why I'm kind of wondering if this is for a younger audience and maybe I'm just not the targeted audience. But let me know if you know, and let me know what you think. So that's the book box stuff. I actually really enjoyed this one this month. Cannot wait to eat the candy. Already using the coasters, super pretty. This is a really lovely quality as well. The patch is actually really cute. I really like the colors and the tones and and this is actually also pretty cute. It's probably not gonna be for everyone, but I don't actually mind the natural kind of feel. So the items I really enjoyed. The book, I'm just not sure. It threw me off. It threw me off, but it's cool that you get to speak to one of the authors. Be interesting if Zoella was actually there as well. But so getting to FairyLoot, that's how the inside looks like. And the theme was enemies to lovers. We have all the item names on the other side. So first we have this tote bag, which is illustrated by Rosie Thorns, and it has Jude and Carden from The Cruel Prince. And it's the same on both sides. It's a very thick, nice material with black handles, which I think is beautiful, but I am biased, so also buy. Next thing, I don't know if I'll be able to show you properly, but it is this scarf that has a quote from, can you see? It's green with this pattern that kind of matches the cover of the book. Is come and gather, a story is about to begin, a song of wrath and ruin. Then we have a fun literary scrunchie with a quote from Shatter Me, I believe. Where it has these like fun bunny ear kind of tassel things, which I think is cute. I think it says books are easily destroyed, but as long as people can remember the words, will live as... Oh, the words will live as long as people remember them? Something similar. I can't be bothered unwrapping it, but that's the gist. Then there's this small Angel Fall sticker screen cleaner. This is a reusable screen cleaner because we do a lot of, you know, wiping our hands, washing our hands currently, but you cannot forget your screen. This is more like a reminder to also disinfect your screen. This will not do that, but it will clean it. This is inspired by Wrath and the Dawn, and it is a bag hanger. Now, I have never in my life seen this, but apparently it's pretty big in some countries. But basically, you put it like this on a table, and then you can hang your bag so it doesn't touch the floor. Again, super good if you want to keep it as hygienic as you can. In loads of places, could be your bag, could be your handbag, could be a tote bag, whatever. But it's pretty useful and it's very nifty, like super small, can fit into any purse or pocket. So another thing that's practical. Then we have actually a bunch of characters reimagined as modern folk. They're double-sided and there's a little bit of foil on them saying their name. So that one's Juliet and Roma. This is Farah and Reese. These are done by Rukasu. This is Reed and Lou, and Ash with Megan. We have these inspired by Crescent City. And to the book pouch. This month it is These Violent Delights. I feel like this book has been everywhere. It has these rose gold edges, which I think are very stunning, and a different colorway from the original, as well as a reversed dust jacket that looks like this, done by Morgana. This has been, I feel like, everywhere. It's basically an Asian Romeo and Juliet retelling. But let me read a little bit of it. The year is 1926 and Shanghai hums to the tune of The Butchery. A blood feud between two gangs runs the streets red, leaving the city in chaos. At the heart of it is 18-year-old Juliet Kao, a former flapper who has returned to assume her role as the proud heir of the Scarlet Gang, a network of criminals far above the law. The only rivals in power are the White Flowers, who have fought the Scarlets for generations. And behind every move is their heir, Roma Montagov, Juliet's first love and first betrayal. But when gangsters are on both sides show signs of instability, culminating in clawing their own throats out, the people start to whisper of a contagion, a madness, of a monster in the shadows. As the deaths stack up, Juliet and Roma must set their guns and grudges aside and work together. For if they can't stop this mayhem, then there will be no city left for them to rule. Or for either to rule. It says perfect for fans of The City of Brass, Descendant of the Crane, and a Juliet room. I've seen loads of hype, so interested to hear if you guys have any thoughts on that as well. There's also a little bookmark that matches the theme, character art, as well as the author letter. There is also an annotated chapter that's FairyLoot exclusive that has like annotations from the author, and a fairy scoop have both the print and also the tip-in here with the actual signature, in case you wanted both. So there you have it. That is the November's FairyLoot. As always, let me know what you think. And let's move on to Owlcrate. Alright, so the theme is Growing Wild. With the details on the other side. Sorry if you can hear Logan. Right off the bat, we have this beautiful little box. Flowers and hearth fire. Uses beautiful flower press to dry and preserve lovely floral pieces and leaves. Oh, my heart. I used to dry flowers and leaves a lot. It's something my grandma used to love doing with me. However, I simply use books. You have little instructions on how to use the flower press. It's actually really pretty. Very niche, I will say. Oh, actually, it requires a couple of steps of like setting it up, but it's just literally screws, so you just screw it in. And it'll be screwed in here. This is a beautiful design on the front. Oh, that way. And kind of like cardboard layers with some sheets of kind of plasticky paper in between for the pressing of it. But as I said, you have the instructions here. A little bit niche, not sure how many people will enjoy that. However, pressed flowers are super pretty, and come spring, hopefully people can do that and then create beautiful compositions. So then, oh, this is cute. You took the truth and you made it into flowers. So I'm getting really flowery vibes. Oh, it's cute. Okay, so it's one of those necklaces that have a little bit of a... I think this one is maybe dandelion. Yeah, seeds. They're called seeds. I actually really like those kind of necklaces. However, this one is not... This goes like all the way around. Like it's, hello, you're trying to cuddle in with me? Good. So because this is like entirely round, it might be a little bit awkward. I kind of prefer when they're like halved. So it's like a dome still, because that's what people see. But this one is entirely round, so I don't know if I would actually wear it. I'm not personally in love with that kind of style, but I do like the idea of this. Stickers, which they're actually like glitter stickers a little bit, which is really cute, especially if you journal. Speaking of, I think they have a journal in this one. Then a brown envelope with... This is Eleanor. So I think these are flower names. Nifredil. My mom would know all of these. She's such a Hufflepuff. Athelas Kingsfoil. Symbol, I don't know. And Malorn. So they're kind of cards. You can maybe set them up as prints. I think it would be really cute if you have, especially if you have more of like a cottagecore again vibes going on. I like this. That's actually really wholesome. And then we have the journal. It's a soft cover this time, but it is very chunky, so I understand why they did that. There's a quote from Neil Gaiman on the back. I'll show you if you want to pause and read. A reading planner. Okay. You have the This Planner Belongs page. Then you have favorite books page with loads of books, so you can fill that in for as long as you want. Then you have the monthly view, book wish list, monthly TBR, weekly planner, and then a book review page. And I think that's probably gonna be the repeating favorite quotes, monthly wrap up, notes. Pretty standard and nice. I quite enjoyed the very simple design. There's not many things that are chaotic. I really like it, and it's very substantial. I think a lot of people will be big fans of this as well, so that's really nice. Oh, cute. There's like a bear with flowers. Maybe this is gonna have like, maybe the book has druid vibes. Author letter on the back too, and it's called Among the Beasts and Briars. Briars? With really pretty rich kind of purple edges. Oh, a signature in the book. I don't think I've heard of this. I think they're gonna have a reverse dust jacket. Yes. This is how the reverse look like. It's like one of those smaller hardcovers. I actually love the smaller hardcover sizes. Let me read a little bit about it. Ceres is safe in the kingdom of Aloria. Here there are no doubts, droughts, disease, or famine, and peace is everlasting. It has been this way for hundreds of years, since the first king made a bargain with the lady who ruled the forest that borders the kingdom. But as all Aloria prospered, the woods grew dark, cursed, and forbidden. Ceres knows this is all too well. When she was young, she barely escaped as the woods killed her friends and her mother. Now Ceres carries a small bit of the curse, the magic, and her blood, a reminder of the day she lost everything. As a new queen is crowned, however, things long hidden in the woods descend on the kingdom itself. Ceres is forced on the run, her only companion a small and irritating fox from the royal garden, and the magic in her veins. It's up to her to find the legendary Lady of the Wilds and beg for a way to save her home. But the road is darker and more dangerous than she knows, and as secrets from the past are uncovered amid the teeth and roots of the forest, is going to take everything she has to survive. As per usual, let me know if you read it. Did you like it? Next month's theme is Love is a Battlefield, and a sneak peek is that every December box will include an item from Fiction Bath Company. So these are the boxes. Now you are almost up to date. As I said, I'm just waiting for the Owlcrate for December, and I'll film a video for that. But I'm losing my voice somehow, even though I've not really spoken a lot today. But apparently this is the limit. But I think I'm gonna go and do that thing. I might have to reheat my tea because it probably has gotten cold while I was just chatting with you guys here.
We don't go the same places that we used to go. We don't ride.
Hello. I've only managed to get to page 165. So the slump continues. I still don't know, like, I really like the writing style, but I just don't care. I'm not intrigued. I think my intrigue is just dragging so low, yet I like that writing style a lot. So I am just confused, and I don't know if the slump is because of the book or not, but I don't think there's gonna be a vlog technically for this week, so you'll only know how I did with this book and if I've read any other ones before when the TV avatar video goes up, which should be hopefully sometime next week. I'm not filmed that obviously yet. Sorry for yet another vlog that I don't do a lot of reading in. I mean, I start them with the best of intentions, so a bit of a struggle. But hope you'll enjoy this still. I'll see you with the book awards. I will film those, and the next TV avatar, which I will take many steps back, I think, in. Some other fun videos. Fingers crossed. Alright, I'll see you then. Bye.
Oh,